iOS 18 versus iOS 26, Liquid Glass Review, key differences explained. Imagine a world where your iPhone not only functions with sleek efficiency, but also dazzles with every swipe and tap. This is the promise of iOS 26's Liquid Glass, a design overhaul that subtly transforms the user interface while maintaining the comfort of the familiar iOS environment. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this update merely a cosmetic enhancement, or does it herald a new era for user interaction? Let's delve into the nuances of iOS 26 compared to its predecessor, iOS 18, and uncover what truly sets them apart. Blake Stimac, with his extensive background in mobile technology journalism, brings us insights into this latest development. As someone who has witnessed the smartphone evolution firsthand, Blake's perspective is particularly valuable for understanding the implications of such updates. If you're contemplating whether to install the iOS 26 public beta, you're certainly not alone. Many users are intrigued, yet hesitant, wondering if the new features justify adopting an early, potentially less stable version. Liquid Glass, the standout feature of iOS 26, introduces a translucent, polished aesthetic that permeates almost every aspect of the interface. However, beneath this shiny new surface, the core functionality of iOS remains largely unchanged, a comforting thought for those who fear too drastic a shift. But don't let its understated introduction fool you. The changes, while subtle, are impactful. The home screen in iOS 26, for example, showcases more transparent backgrounds and slightly larger icons, with certain apps like Settings, Camera, and Mail receiving a more pronounced redesign. Opting for the all-clear mode maximizes this effect, though it may raise some visibility concerns, which can be mitigated by adjusting the transparency settings. The control center and lock screen also receive the Liquid Glass touch, with enhanced visual elements that add depth and a sense of sophistication. Particularly on the lock screen, the dynamic resizing of the digital clock based on notifications is a clever touch that enhances usability. And this is the part most people miss, the introduction of dynamic tab bars in apps, which adjust their appearance based on user interaction, promises a more intuitive and content-focused user experience. Comparatively, iOS 18 feels more static and less responsive to the user's immediate context. iOS 26's ability to adapt its interface elements to light and dark backgrounds is another subtle yet significant enhancement, improving readability and aesthetic coherence across apps. While these updates might seem minor, they collectively represent a thoughtful evolution in the iOS experience, emphasizing aesthetics and user interaction without sacrificing familiarity. As we continue to explore iOS 26, more features are likely to surface, each adding a layer of intrigue to the user experience. For those still undecided, considering these enhancements in light of what you value most in your mobile interaction could provide a new perspective. What do you think? Is the visual and interactive refinement of Liquid Glass enough to warrant an early upgrade? Or is it just a shiny distraction from more substantial improvements that iOS could benefit from? Share your thoughts and join the discussion on whether aesthetics are just as critical as functionality in the evolution of mobile operating systems.